Let's talk about thought leadership. I hear this word a lot now. I think it's become a huge buzzword, and I'm not only seeing it online, I'm seeing it in people's headlines on LinkedIn. I'm seeing it on people's introductions when I hear them at conferences. I'm hearing people on my own team that want to have more thought leadership as part of what they do in their role. So let's talk about thought leadership. What is a thought leader? Simply put, I'd say it's just someone that shares valuable insights. I think we put thought leadership on this big pedestal, and you think, oh, if you're a thought leader, you must have done amazing things and be blazing a path for the world. But I think it's simplest. Thought leadership just means that you're sharing thoughts. You're leading other people through your thoughts, through your experience. And your experience may be something that you just learned, something that you just experienced, something that you just heard from someone else. But if you take the time to share it out and to say, I'm packaging this thing through the lens of my own experience, and I want to share this with everybody else too, so that they can learn from it, you are leading. If others are listening, you are leading. So that's what a thought leader is. It's anyone that's packaging up and sharing insights and ideas. And I think we should not be building this up and make it such a scary thing, because you may be scared to put ideas out there. You may be scared to be a thought leader. And so what I would say is just focus on your own sphere of influence. If you're scared to put ideas out there, don't be afraid that the whole world is listening, because it's just not the case. The whole world is not following you on Twitter. The whole world is not watching your Instagram live that you put up. I think back in my own experience to when I was in school. I was in second grade learning to do math problems and showing the student next to me how to do the bonus problem on their worksheet. That was thought leadership. I was leading. I was helping someone else by showing them something I had figured out. I would be on the playground playing tag with my friends and showed them my secret hiding spot. That is some form of thought leadership. You know, in high school, when I started my first business, I was terrified of the juniors and seniors, the upperclassmen. But as a ninth grader who was kind of learning his way around the school, my sphere of influence was my class. And so I felt okay raising my hand and sharing thoughts and contributing to discussions within my class. But in the auditorium, when the whole school was in there, I was not raising my hand. I didn't have the confidence yet to do that. And so if you're scared, if you're feeling like, oh, I don't know, this isn't that valuable, just focus on sharing with your sphere of influence. Maybe it's within your company, posting on your company's private channel or something like that. Maybe it's your small social network following. I remember I joined this business program called Vistage a while back, and they had these mastermind groups from all around the country. And I got paired in these groups with these people that were running big businesses. And I was so scared to speak up and share my tips, share my experience. But then little by little, I started offering these nuggets, these insights like, oh, we use this system for project management. And oh, we just hired someone and here's how we did it. And I saw that everybody around the table was taking notes. And it started to give me this confidence to share more experiences. And that's what the reps do for you. As you share, as you put things out there and you get positive interaction and you get people appreciating and people listening to what you're saying, it's like fuel that you want to keep putting things out there, and it builds confidence. And so you shouldn't be scared to be a thought leader. You should just focus on your sphere of influence and realize that the ideas, the experience that you're packaging will be relevant for the people that don't yet have your experience, that don't yet have your position of authority or whatever you've built. It may not be relevant for the people that have done different things or built bigger things, but it also could be. You never know when those people across the table, like those business owners I was afraid of, can get some really good insights from what you're sharing. So don't be afraid to share. Should you be a thought leader? I say unequivocally, yes. This is not just for your own ego. This is not that you're doing this for yourself to get some kind of badge or star. It's that if you put ideas out there, it's marketing. You are attracting people that want to work for you. You're attracting potential employees. We've had so many people apply at Trainual because they listened to my podcast or read an article or heard about us on the news, and it brought them into our world. They would have never known about us before. But because we're sharing, they got to say, oh, I resonate with that. I agree with that. I want to be a part of that. And that's what people can do if you're putting content out there. It also attracts partners. We have this certified consultant program that is hundreds of consultants around the world helping people with their training and onboarding. And our first ever #1 certified consultant came as a result of some Instagram lives that I was putting out. He stumbled across the feed, he watched the video, he started DMing me back and forth and said, I want to be a part of this. And that spun into a whole partnership program that we created to attract more of those people. And then, of course, it attracts customers. You can't get better marketing, I think, in some ways than the organic attention you can get from great content. And you can't develop great content without repetitions of starting to share that and putting ideas out there. So if you're looking to be a thought leader in any way, just start putting ideas out. Do things however it's comfortable for you. You can write. If you're a good writer, spin up a Medium page. Ask a business that you're really fond of if you can do a guest blog post for them. Start writing long form LinkedIn posts. If you like speaking like this, maybe you do a podcast. Maybe you do your own audio journal or share your updates. Maybe you do video. If you like being on video and you're okay just firing up your camera while you're walking around town sharing some tips. Any way that you document, just like documenting your processes in your company, any way that you can document your thoughts, your lessons is the right way. Any way that you actually will do it is the right way for you. So it can be any medium. So the only thing I would say is don't call yourself a thought leader. That is for other people to say. All these LinkedIn titles of people being self-proclaimed thought leaders, it feels kind of cheesy to me. So I would say you don't have to tell people you're a thought leader. Just be one. Just put out good content, say things that are valuable, get people to listen. They'll tell you if you're being a thought leader. And I think that's what's important. And then if you are early in your career, if you're just getting started and you don't feel like you yet have the experiences to share, and you feel like you need to go heads down and focus on building that experience, don't worry about leading with your thoughts. Lead with your results, because leading with results precedes leading with thoughts. Being a thought leader comes after being a results leader. So in any business, you want to create results. You want to create positive outcomes. You want to create these epiphanies or these new ways of doing things before you go out and share them. And so if you feel like you're kind of a blank slate right now and you're not ready to start sharing those ideas, focus on the results that you're creating. And then just think about the results and look back and record those results and say, what did I do in the last month that could be worth sharing? What did I learn in the last month that could be worth sharing? Maybe that's your first blog post. That's how I got started, was just looking at what have I learned this quarter as I was participating in these mastermind groups? What were the lessons that I shared that were useful for other people? Maybe that would be a good LinkedIn post. Maybe that would be a good episode on LinkedIn or on a podcast. And then you can start to create and share and put your thoughts out into the world. So don't let the idea of thought leadership paralyze you. We are all thought leaders. If you've had a thought and you've shared it with someone, even across the dinner table, you are already doing thought leadership. Just formalize it a bit. As you experience things in your career, don't be afraid to package them up and know that someone else can benefit from that too.